Beloved unity on the River Souls. Please stand as you are able and join us as we open our service with "Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place."
I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
And so we pray. Let's take a breath together. We call on the Om, the breath of God, the Ruha, the great spirit that lives and breathes as us. And surely the presence of God is in this place because we are here, you and I and all of us together in this beloved sanctuary as community. We are part of a great unfolding of consciousness, a great rising of understanding that there is only one of us, and we joyfully celebrate that knowing today and say, and so it is. And so it is. You may be seated. So at this moment, we're called upon to light the candle of peace. And I'm going to call Jim McQuaid and Brian Dozer to come up here and stand with me. Is that long enough? I think I can do it. So I stand in the presence, namaste, and I light this candle of peace for the world and for the community and for us here today. And I've invited Jim as a member of the board and Brian as our longest standing music member who came in with Cherie in the very beginning, and I want you to hear with me my story. I came in 1997 when Curtis Haynes invited me as a guest artist, and that was a journey that I was deeply blessed by and Godsmacked by, because I came in and Shipley was speaking, and I heard this message that said, yes, there's only one of us, and we are all welcome here. And what I heard was, heal your mind, heal your life. And I started to write music for that message and record for these last 25 years. I have done that, and it's my joy and my privilege to be your music director here at Unity on the River for these last 4 years. It's also my understanding, and it has been my great experience, that the principles of unity help us heal through everything. That as we've gone through many changes and challenges, we've grown and we've been blessed, and it's always for the good. God is good all the time. Say that with me. God is good all the time. So after much meditation and prayer, I have made a change. You may notice in the music team, the band. I have invited or asked me and Keith Bickford to move his position as weekly band member and take the opportunity now to join us as a guest artist. And I want to acknowledge that change is difficult for all of us. And as we move through this change, we hold the principles of unity. And I ask for your support and your trust and your love as the music minister, who I hope you know and trust and believe that I hold the vision, the highest vision for the music team and for all of us, and therefore for Keith as well. So I would love for you and us right now at this moment to hold Keith in your hearts and your minds, and let's give him the unity blessing. Keith, we love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We honor you.
We honor you.
And we see the Christ as you.
And we see Christ as you.
And I know that we will see him, as my prayer, as guest artist very soon. And so it is. Thank you. Let's all take a breath together and invite Spirit to pour your love in me, as me. And Cherie's going to bring us in.
Pour your love in me, pour your love into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your faith in me, pour your faith into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit,
Your joy.
pour your joy in me, pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, dance your song in me, dance your song into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your light in me, pour your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, your love, pour your love in me, pour your love into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, your love,
One more time.
pour your love in
Michelle.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity on the River. I'm Michelle Gallant. I stand in the presence. I'm facilitating for today. And I'd like to first let's welcome our streamers, those who are watching online, people who watch it later. Great to have you all. And is anyone here visiting with us for the first time? For the first time? No. You're familiar with us. Yeah, first time in a long time. We welcome you back. And yeah, first time in this sanctuary. Okay, but not new to Unity on the River. Well, good to have you. And let's join together. Well, first of all, Unity on the River is a center of celebration, inspiration, transformation, celebration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy.
Oneness and joy.
I do them in a different order, so that's the way I go. So hold those truths in your heart as what Unity on the River means. And let's join together in our mission and vision statement. Our our vision is centered in love. We joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. And our mission statement, we are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its divinity. And we have another saying I'd like you, an intention for all of us to repeat together today. So I'm going to ask you to join with me as I go through our vision for our new spiritual leader that is coming to us and we are attracting. So we want to put out the right energy for that. We want to embody this energy. So we're going to repeat it together today. Our spiritual leader is a heart-centered teacher and mentor who lovingly embodies the highest, most joyful vision for unity on the river and the world. So take that to heart and let's really create that energy to attract just the right and perfect minister. I think that's all I have right now, right? Oh, namaste. I always want to stop before that happens. So let's stand and greet each other with a hug or a handshake and see the presence in each of us. Namaste. It's so great to see everybody welcoming each other. I love that. And we can all hang out again afterwards, too, today. Well, I'd like to introduce our speaker and our guest musician today, David Roth. He is a speaker, singer, songwriter who spreads a message of love around the world, and he offers retreats to exotic places. So you can find out more about that later. He also has CDs for sale in the back, and we're really delighted to have him today for his talk, Living in Harmony, Easier Sung Than Done. So please help me welcome David Roth.
Good morning. We'll all be greater good of all. Oh, such a pleasure to be back with you, and in a synagogue, no less. My father, Irving, would be so pleased. So are you ready to sing a song you might not have heard before? So look at the person who's sitting close to you and say, I can't wait to hear you sing with the band. Go ahead, do that right now. I can't wait. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. Join us, here we go. I am here for the greater good of all, greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, greater good of all. We are here. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all. John. I am here. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all.
Beautiful.
Irving would be proud.
And so,
It's me.
it's you.
It's me. All right, well. Yes, my talk today is called Living in Harmony, Easier Sung Than Done. Because, in fact, it is easy to stand up here and sing and send thoughts and prayers and say things like everything's going to be okay, but there's a third part of that, I believe. that holy trinity of making positive change in the world, and first of all, of course, in myself, and that is to take action. So if I see someone in need, even if they're across the country, I'll say, is there something I can do for you? Is there something I can do? But first, let's cleanse the palate of the world, shall we? I'm sure you don't need this reminder, but if there were a lot of younger people in this community right now, they might be sitting in the back. You know, and I'm reminded of what a minister once told me, you know, you have to get to church early on Sunday to get a seat in the back. And these young people would be sitting back there, their heads would be down, their hands would be moving. There would be a faint blue glow on their face. So this would be, the first line is for them, not for you. It's a wonderful communion. Is it too much to ask that you turn off your texting? Too much to ask, too much fuss. Will the world stop revolving if you're not connecting? How about connecting with us? Is it too much to ask that you use your turn signal to let someone know if you're turning or not? Is it too much to ask that you don't honk your horn when it's obvious the traffic has stopped? Is it too much to ask to be gracious? Is politeness a thing of the past? Is it too much to ask to be warm and kind-hearted? Is it too much to ask? That's your part, try it. Is it too much to ask? My turn. Is it too much to ask to have safe drinking water or clean air to breathe every day? When we're taking a walk, is it too much to ask that we don't have to walk the same way? Is it too much to ask to be quiet and listen? Is it too much to ask to be heard? Watch out now. Is it too much to ask to allow an opinion that isn't the same one as yours? Is it too much to ask to be gracious? Is politeness a thing of the past? Is it too much to ask to be warm and kind-hearted? Here we go. Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask that you sit there and listen to long-winded songwriting nerds? Is it too much to ask to have instruments only or songs without so many words? Is it too much to ask when you're walking the poodle if Fifi goes poo-poo to clean up the mess? Is it too much to ask that you put on that suit tonight? Baby, I'll put on the dress. Is it too much to ask to be gracious? Is politeness a thing of the past? Is it too much to ask to be warm and kind-hearted? Is it too much to ask again? Is it too much to ask? Ask your neighbor. Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask? Universal palate cleansed. This next song is based on an amazing, profound, to me, true story. None of the names are changed. I like to write about ordinary people who do extraordinary things in some of my songwriting. And when I heard this story a few years back, it just utterly blew my mind. Talk about taking action to make the world a better place for the one human family. Ahmed had a plastic gun, a toy, that's all it was. He got it from his uncle one December just because. The older boys were rebels and he liked to play along. And one day he'd grow up to be as big and brave and strong. Israeli soldiers often searched the Jenin camps and towns. They were looking for insurgents, they were always cracking down. The residents resented these intrusions on their homes. The rebels fired rifles, the younger boys threw stones. One Thursday came another clash between the warring groups. Again the bullets, stones and rocks, the rebels and the troops. A soldier saw a gunman and he fired at a boy. The victim was a 12-year-old, his weapon was a toy. Ahmed al-Khatib was taken off to Ramallah, but his wounds were such that he was transferred off to Israel, a hospital in Haifa where the Jewish doctors did every single thing they could to help this child live. Despite their greatest efforts, Ahmed passed away. A family's worst nightmare turned reality that day, and that's when they had every reason to exact revenge, to carry out this history of this hatred between men. Oh, they could have shouted out in anger, outrage, grief, and pain. They could have caused a riot against the Jews who'd killed their son. What would they do to face this darkest hour of their lives? They donated all his organs so that others might survive. A liver for a baby, 2 kidneys for a child, 1 lung each, a girl and boy, ages 4 and 5. A woman in her 50s got the second chance she'd need. A 12-year-old received the heart of Ahmed al-Khatib. And some of them were Palestinians, and some of them were Jews. The family's insistence was that no one be refused. Neighbors asked the father about this decision he had reached. A heart that can forgive will bring us closer to peace. A powerful reminder to those who might forget the humanity of those who live on the other side of the fence. Somewhere in this world today, 6 people live and breathe the legacy of those who cherished Ahmed al-Khatib. For me, the idea of the humanity that lives on the other side of the fence is really important, because it's so easy to overlook when, I can make snap judgments about how people act or react in this world. Myself, the person who stands before you is not the most enlightened being on this planet. I do my best. In fact, most of the time, I'd like to think I'm right about everything. And I know you guys are good singers. So if you feel like you believe the first 2 words of this song, just start singing along as you get the hang of it, okay? I'm right. You're wrong. You're off. I'm on. This is my new theme song. I'm right. I'm correct. I'm sure. And you are insecure. My heart is pure. I'm right. I'm sure. Don't you bother contradicting me. You've got no leg to stand on. Where is it you come off with all these viewpoints that you land on? I'm yes. You're no. You're stop. I'm je suis vrai. To a foe. That's French. C'est bon. And you know we're gonna get somewhere by being mad and vehement. A seismic shift is always made with words of disagreement. You're right. I'm wrong. Thought I'd just try that on. How about a new song? No right, no wrong, no right, no wrong. I can see it now, new congregational song at Unity on the River. Well, it's been 2017 since I was last with you, and 5 years, boy, where did the time go? Still ticking. And I may have read this last time I was here, but it bears repeating since I imagine there are those of you who haven't heard me before today, yes? Some of you haven't, yeah. This was a fan letter that poured in 13 years ago. It's important to keep track of these milestones. You know? From a 9-year-old girl who was dragged to one of my concerts by her well-intending parents in Washington, D.C. And lo and behold, a month later, her dad, an old friend of mine, sent me her school report on what she did that weekend. I got to give her credit. I love it. This is by Alana Baldwin, 9 years old. It's got a great title. I love the title. It's called David Roth. Okay. And then third is all handwriting on 3-line paper. You know, they're not teaching cursive in school anymore, so they're not teaching. What a funny name for handwriting, cursive. Like, are you going to write bad words? Or, I don't know. All right, David Roth. David Roth is my hero. Didn't see that coming. Because he writes songs, great singer, guitar player, and sang at my parents' wedding, which I did. David Roth writes funny songs and inspiring songs. The funny songs make people that are even down in the dumps laugh. His inspiring songs like Yes We Can, Practice Makes Progress. Did anybody say perfect? We have work to do because I have carefully inserted 11 mistakes into my sermon this morning so that I don't have to bear the burden of a flawless presentation. Can you relate, Chip? Flawless presentation? No. I'm going to make mistakes, and so I invite you to celebrate my imperfections with me. Are you willing to do that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Good, I don't have to be perfect anymore. His inspiring songs like Yes We Can, Practice Makes, and some others make me have confidence, courage, C-O-A-R-A-G-E, and encouragement. Encouragement. I knew exactly what she meant, but I love this word. I love her rendition of it much better, encouragement. So I immediately adopted it into the imaginary David Roth Digital Dictionary. And if you look it up there, if you gain access by enabling cookies or sending me cookies, you will see, there it is, encouragement, to have cooj. But then when I looked at that on the page, I realized exactly what cooj is. It's courage without the rage. So I have adopted this into my lexicon. A smarter man than I would like made that into a t-shirt. Oh, wait, I did. Jane is wearing one. Never mind. Okay. Have courage without the rage. So if you take nothing else from our time, I hope you will walk out of here with some courage. A good dose of courage. Is that fair enough? Okay. David Roth has been playing guitar and singing for over 20 years. Now it's like 33. He's tall, skinny, and has gray hair. 13 years ago, for crying out loud. I'm amazed that even how old he is, he can still get all the high notes. Okay, so there. Takes a lot of courage to read that letter. But if you've been with me all this time, and some of you have, I have read that letter at every appearance, everywhere for 13 years, because it's a beautiful interpretation by a young person who isn't all fettered, with the armor that the world throws at us. Those at me to protect myself. So I want to get back to this idea of thoughts, prayers, and action, because I don't always wake up having a great day. And I don't assume that wishing it away will make it go away. There are steps to take through, and there's something to acknowledge and admit. So this song is for me. There are days that are simply not okay. You get out of bed, you're on your way. This is one of those. There are cheerleaders and those who pump you up with platitudes and words that don't mean much. Not much at all. Oh, my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end. Aren't you stronger than you ever used to be? At least that's the way it seems to me. If not to you, aren't you the one who's made it all this way? No matter what those voices in your head might say, it's up to you. Oh, my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end. Looking through this broken glass, this too shall pass. There are times that are simply not okay. What you do with them, you get to say. You get to say. Oh, my friend, I will meet you where you are. I won't throw flower petals on your wounded heart. If it's not okay, we won't pretend. But if it's not okay, it's not the end. And the last of Alana's letter. David Roth sang at my parents' wedding. She said that already. He sang the song Rising in Love. I'm happy about that because it's my mom's favorite song. of his at least. David Roth is my hero because he can make anyone laugh, inspire anyone, and sang at my mom and dad's wedding. Did I tell you that? What's that?
You have to get the number of words.
Yeah, number of words, you know. Repetition in threes, something like that. I love what this idea of change. Mark Twain said, actions speak louder than words, but not nearly as often. So I want to put a little more love into the world and play two more songs as part of this sermon and song. I'm going to slip this one in because, hey, last time I checked, nobody fell down out there in the world because they tripped over too much love in the middle of the road. So let's put up that speed bump and take pause to reframe a phrase. And this might be the first song I ever sang at Unity on the River back in the old days when it was meeting in not the big, huge sanctuary in that mall, but in that little corner of it, you know. It started there, as I recall. Anybody recall that with me? All right. Everyone looks for their calling in love, but I always find it surprising the way people say that they're falling in love, when I always felt I was rising, floating right off of the ground and reaching something that I only have dreamed of. I'm not falling at all, I am rising in love. And everyone talks about tying the knot, but I have a hard time agreeing with the way that we bind up the love that we've got, when the feeling of love should be freeing, lifting each other up instead of giving one another a shove. Doesn't that sound like I wrote it yesterday? We won't be falling at all, we'll be rising in love. How do you let love grow? You've got to give it a chance when you found it. A bird in your hand will stay until you start to close your fingers around it. Love is a river whose waters we test, and a measure of where we are going. But you never can step in the same river twice, for the water is constantly flowing. But the deeper the river, the greater the trust. The more that we're rising above, we won't be falling at all. We'll be rising in love. I am not falling at all, I am rising. I'm not falling at all, I am rising. I am not falling at all, I am rising in love. 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 There's a quick story about that. You know, I've been singing that song for years, and several years ago I was playing at a coffee house outside Philadelphia, and I did my concert, which is 2 hours of songs like this. Just to tell you, I don't turn into a church singer on Sunday morning. These are the kind of songs I've been singing everywhere in all kinds of places for more than 30 years. And I sang, a fellow came up to me after this coffee and said, "Mr. Roth," I said, "Call me David." He said, "That song, Rising in Love, did you write that?" I said, "Well, I wrote pretty much everything you heard tonight." And he says, "You know, I'm running a conference for 600 psychotherapists in a few months, and I'd like to hire you to come and play your songs throughout the conference, and I want you to start with Rising in Love." I said, "Sounds great. Have you ever done anything like this?" I said, "Absolutely." I'm glad he heard instead of saw my response. But you know, at our age, you say yes, and then you figure out how to do it. I call that walking through sometimes a doorway of discomfort, rather than sprinting sideways. And so there I was months later in front of 600 psychotherapists, and he wanted that to be the first song, the song I just played, and I played it, and I got standing ovation. And there was a mid-morning bagel break. That's what they have on the East Coast, a bagel break. I've done these conferences in California, they have like a sprout moment, This was a mid-morning bagel break. And I went out to my cassette table or CD table, I don't remember what it was, and a woman came up to me with anxiety in her step and apprehension in her voice. She said, "Mr. Roth." I said, "Call me David." She said, "That song you just sang, Rising in Love, did you write that?" I said, "Yes, I did." And she paused and she said, "Well, that's all very well and good. But the world really isn't like that." She continued. I was smart enough to keep my mouth shut. 2 ears, 1 mouth, listen twice as much as I speak. She continued. I'm a psychotherapist. Oh, really? And I've got a lot of clients with serious trauma, and are you playing more songs this weekend? Mm-hmm. She said, "I hope the rest of your songs don't reflect such a mindlessly optimistic point of view." And then she walked away, which was probably a good thing. Who knows what would have flown out of my unenlightened mouth in that moment. She walked away. So I tell you that story because I have been labeled as a person with optimism over the course of my work. But it's not mindless optimism, it's mindful. It's the mindful insertion of possibility in the form of action. Okay, so. So I'd like to wrap this portion of the service up. There's more service to come with this incredible band. I mean, I'm so impressed with these band members. Let me finish. That they get up this early on Sunday morning. It's like, who had a gig last night somewhere? Yes. Look at these guys. You got to love musicians, because I hope I can speak for you, but these people have chosen a path, that is less traveled, where there's less security, where there's always surprise, but great opportunity to go beneath the surface of skimming across the lake of life. Did I really just say that? You're not skipping stones. You guys are going a little deeper by making the choice, to bring more beauty into the world, and we can all do that in our own ways, whatever our work and our play and our pleasure is, to bring more beauty. That's my goal, is to make the world a more beautiful place as much as I can with the people I'm in the room with at the same time. What more can I hope for? And what would you like me to say? Everything I just said? Well, certainly you'll never forget it, or you've been taking notes, right? What a true joy and honor to be with you this morning. So I'm going to wrap up with another one of those darn true stories. No names are changed in this one either. This took place a few years ago in Florida, and it says everything I could hope to say in 20 minutes or in 2 days about heroes and sheroes. And in honor of Labor Day, where we celebrate and honor the American labor force with our holiday tomorrow. Here's a story about a woman who didn't have a job, fell on hard times. No names are changed, but a paradigm is shifted. Jessica Robles, a single young mother, was struggling to feed her 3 kids. She went to the market without any money. Family had fallen on hardship. She put what she needed right into her shopping cart. Did not take one extra thing. Some milk and some meatballs, some hamburger helper, canned corn, peaches, and chicken wings. Her kids were so hungry, she had to do something. Never had planned to be poor. She didn't know who else she could turn to, and roll that cart right out the door. That's where a policewoman saw Jessica Robles and caught her red-handed in this. I can't go to jail, Jessica sobbed and she pleaded. Who'll take care of my kids? Officer Thomas saw a much bigger picture, much larger than milk or than bread. Arresting this mother would solve nobody's problems. She had a notion instead. She pulled out her wallet and took out 6 20s, paid for those groceries in full. When others got wind of this story, more money came pouring in for Jessica Robles. A woman named Mayra gave $200. She said, I've been right where she is. One of the local businesses kicked in with 500 more for her kids. When that story appeared on the late evening news, someone watching offered Jessica a job. To say she was grateful would not scratch the surface. Went down to her very last straw. The world may seem random, and bad things may happen without rhyme or reason, it seems. But now and again, something stunning reminds me that goodness is more than a dream. Goodness is more than a dream. Would you sing that with me? Goodness is more than a dream. Keep going. Goodness is more than a dream. Take that with you today. Goodness is more than a dream. Have cooch. Goodness is more than a dream. Be kind. Goodness is more than a dream. Goodness is more than a dream. Thank you so much.
To a time of, we move into a time of meditation. So just taking a breath and letting David's beautiful words sink into your heart. And let David take us in with a song.
I will surrender, I will let go. And when I'm ready, I will know. Sing with me. I will surrender, I will let go. And when I'm ready, I will know. I will surrender, I will let go. And when I'm ready, I will know. I will surrender, I will let go. And when I'm ready, I will know.
I will surrender. I let go. And I let Spirit tell me when I'm ready. And so I know. So we breathe into our inner sanctum, into the holiest of holies within our heart mind, a place where we do let go, and we open to the barking of the dog, God spelled backwards, and we open to our heart mind and the presence, the joyous, light-filled presence of the Holy One, the Holy All. So at this moment, just bringing to mind anything that you'd like to let go of, any hurt or dis-ease, any place of separation. And as you are ready, just offer it up to the God of your understanding. We offer up all of it, all of who I am, I offer. And I let go into the silence. I let go as I am ready in the silence. And we take that deeper breath and let go even more fully into our open-hearted Buddha and Christ mind nature. That's the true source of who we are. We bring to mind anyone that needs our special love and attention right now. Just saying their names softly or silently, and bringing our hearts with them into this space, surrounding them with love and light. Dorothy, Keith, Chad, And we come back to our song of surrender.
I will surrender, I will let go, and when I'm ready, I will know. I will surrender, I will let go, and when I'm ready, I will know. I will surrender, I will let go, and when I'm ready, I will know. I will surrender, I will let go, and when I'm ready, I will.
And we say, so it is. Amen and amen. So as we come back into this, with our eyes open into this glorious sanctuary, it's time for us to take out our tithes and offerings, our giving, our place of giving, so that we can receive more. So if you have your tithe with you, or if you give it online, however you do it, just hold it in your heart or next to your heart, and we say the blessing of the tithes and offerings. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. For these tithes and offerings, and we hold our hands. Let's all hold our hands up over them and bless them together. Thank you, Great Spirit, for all that comes through, all that we receive here today, and all that we can give out into the greater world to bless and honor everyone, so that our center can rise in love. So it is. So now we have a few announcements.
Well, thank you for that song about the woman in Florida, because we have an opportunity to spread kindness. We all remember 9/11, and there is a movement. I have lots here today. Pay It Forward 9/11.
Okay, you're not here?
It's on.
There it is.
Thank you. Okay. Pay It Forward 9/11. spreading random acts of kindness. And this actually is 11 days, starting a few days ago, September 1st to September 11th. And it's asking us to do 3 random acts of kindness to strangers. Could be, buying a cup of coffee, getting a homeless person a meal, holding a door for someone, whatever it comes up, buying someone's groceries. And so if you do these acts, we are going to collect them on the Unity on the River website and send them forward to the national. And there are flyers around. You can talk to Barbara. You want to raise your hand, Barbara, in case you have questions. But let's participate in this. I think it would be a great way for us to feel good and to spread kindness and goodness through the world. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Barbara. And World Day of Prayer is this week. It starts on Wednesday. 7 o'clock Central Time is 6 o'clock for us. Is that right? Yeah, I get that. So it's 8 o'clock. Thank you. I always get that mixed up. So it's 8 o'clock for us? Well, anyway, World Day of Prayer is Wednesday. The theme for this year is Holding the High Watch. And there will be an opening ceremony or service. There will be things happening on Thursday as well. So go on, just Google Unity Day of Prayer, and you can find out the schedule. But that would be a nice way to bring in that intention for the week, in the middle of the week. There's also the Eastern Region Unity Conference coming up October 3rd through 6th, and it's learning from our past, loving our present, and unleashing our future is the theme. And there are many wonderful speakers, including our own Reverend Ogan, who will be there, and Paul Hasselback, many great Unity speakers and singers. So check that out. You can go, it's October 3rd through 6th, and it's all online. So just, you can register for it online. You can go to some of it or all of it, but it will be a great experience, I'm sure. Let's see. Also, Bob Callahan, who many of you know, he is holding a second Ukrainian relief concert featuring Jordan Quinn. Did any of you go to the first one that he did? Brian did. Okay, Brian did. Okay, great. And this one is going to be songs of Foreigner and Journey. So it will be on September 17th at 7:30 at Pinkerton Academy in Derry, New Hampshire. So if you can attend and help support the effort for the Ukrainian refugees, that would be great. And I believe Annie Breyer has something she'd like to come up and say as an announcement.
Holding all of us in love, and all that we have grown and shared and opened to and closed to and broken to and healed by, that our journeys for each of us individually here at Unity. Next week, anyone who would like to after service, I'd be very glad to get together and meet, whether it's around the conscious connection form that'll be going out to all of us that have concerns about unity or changes, yeah, growth, optimism, goodwill. I'll be here after service and would very much like to get together with anybody that wants to celebrate being human, and that all of us is welcome, all of us, any part of us that wants to come and say out loud what's on our mind. Thank you.
And I'd just like to say that, Annie, you led us in for many years in the art and practice of no one and nothing is against us, right? So I just want to give her a hand for doing that and to offer that for so long, and we want it again.
And next week, our speaker will be Leslie Smith.
Yay, Leslie! Woo!
Anyone joining you, like Sammy or anybody?
Well, that's a good question.
Wait, for the streamers to be able to hear. The streamers.
Well, Spirit has led me to focus on the singing and the message and maybe what would you call it? The part that wraps up the service. That's a finale.
The finale.
Okay, so to be seen, whatever that's going to be next week. Thank you so much, Leslie. We're looking forward to that. Okay, good. Leslie and company. And I believe that's all the announcements today.
Just to say that Lynn, who sings often, Lynn Taylor, is at Cider Hill Farm today from 1 to 3. There are cider donuts, and we may want to go. It's a beautiful day. Donuts. And Steve, still, you're offering at the backbeat? No, you're not there. I'm sorry. Oh. It's in Gloucester from 4 to 7 when? Today. Oh, from 4 to 7 in Gloucester with Adria Smith at where? Oh, Declan's. Okay. So you might want to enjoy that. The jazz music is being played by our wonderful drummer, Steve Chagarris. And so we welcome David Roth. Let's give him another great big hand. What a beautiful presence.
I stand for love, stand for peace. I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you. I stand for love, I stand for peace. I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you. You know our world is in great pain. She needs our loving care again. But there are those who fail to see what we have done and what we need. There is a cost for every act, and now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come to stand for love, to stand for peace, to stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true, to stand for hope, to stand for you. And if you're thinking it's not urgent, that we've got more time to kill, if I am not the one who will change things, then for heaven's sake, who will? So I will move, and I will climb this mountain one step at a time. I won't be swayed, I will not stop until we've made it to the top, where we will stand for love and peace. We stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. We'll stand for hope, we'll stand for you, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope. I stand for you.
Oh, so beautiful. Let us all stand in that message as we sing our beautiful peace song, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and let it begin with me.
Surrounds us.
We are the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
We are the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
We are the power of God.
And the presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
Wherever we are,
God is, and all is well. And we are richly blessed. Let's go out and be the light of the world. Yeah. David has CDs, don't forget. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. Love, I'm choosing love today. Oh yeah, I'm choosing love today. I'm walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Take it away.
In case you didn't hear the announcement, David will have a table with CDs available in the back.